I'm George from Washington State. I'd like to talk to you about a couple of items I've discovered about archery and arthritis. I'm 72 at this time, and at 62, arthritis overtook me. Arthritis is an inflammation of the joints and the muscles. You see my wrists, my knuckles, my fingers. Fingers won't bend. I mean, all these things go into your shooting ability of shooting a bow and arrow accurately and with comfort. What I've discovered is a couple of items that are not only for all archers, but mostly for the older archer and possibly the arthritic archer like myself. What I have discovered about 3-4 years ago to help in my shooting is this Win archery free flight release. It has a hook. It has a nice bar here that your hands, when loaded up, goes around this bar. Let me put this on here. When you load up the D loop and you ready to pull, you pull with your whole hand. Your fingers are wrapped around this bar, and when you pull, it makes it so much easier. A 60-pound bow like I have pulls like a 55-pound bow with this particular release. I've had all the other caliper releases, and nothing is as comfortable as this one. Now, I ordered this in a large from Win Free Flight, and it's just the right size for my large hands. So I don't think anybody would use an extra large because that would be for like a Neanderthal or something. These are kind of oversized. But extremely comfortable, adjustable, very nice. The most important thing that I discovered after owning PSC bows for, 7 years, I get a new bow every year and I try it to see if that bow is going to work for me and my arthritis. Arthritis keeps you from having a good time shooting because there's so much pain involved that your pain soon overtakes your ability to hold the bow steady and get a good release. This is what I've discovered. This brand new 2017 PSC Evolve 35. This is the bow for arthritis sufferers. Why? I'll tell you why. It has 90% let off. At full draw, this bow is only holding back about 6 to 6.5 pounds. That's at a 60-pound draw, at 29.5-inch draw. It is fantastic. When I first pulled this bow back, I actually thought it was a 55-pound bow by mistake because it draws so smooth and so nice. Well, I measured it and it was 60 pounds, so I was pretty excited about that. I like to shoot a 60-pound bow because it has a flatter trajectory, and out here in the West we have generally much longer shots out in the open country, and I like a bow that's got some power, some kinetic energy to get the job done. Actually, when I first drew the bow, besides singing, I started to let the bow down carefully, and it literally would not come down. It was like stuck at full draw, and I almost felt like I had to push it forward to get it to come down. I was absolutely amazed. I literally thought something was mechanically wrong with the bow. It is not. This is the most fantastic bow ever built, as far as I'm concerned. I've shot a lot of bows. And where's the arthritis come in again? I can hold this bow at full draw, I don't know, maybe, 10 minutes, half an hour. It's really something. So I have plenty of time. Once I draw the bow, I can relax my bow hand, and I can relax my release hand at the same time to where it feels like literally a feather in my hands. So I can relax enough to concentrate on floating that front pin on the target and then getting a nice clean release. before this bow, I had a PSC Decree HD. It's very fine, very nice bow at 80% let off, but still having to hold back about 20 pounds. So at 20 pounds, I could only shoot about a dozen arrows at the archery range. And by the end of a dozen arrows, the pain was so severe in my hands and my shoulders that I couldn't hold the pin steady anymore. And I was jerking the trigger and the arrows were flying inaccurately. So with this bow, I can draw it back. It takes the same strength to draw it back. But once it's there, you can let off at this 90%. The bow is floating there and there's no pressure on my left shoulder, none on my right shoulder. My hands are relaxed. My groups have tightened significantly, which makes me very happy. So instead of shooting like 12 arrows at a maximum, I can shoot maybe 35, maybe 40 arrows before my arthritis finally kicks in and tells me, no more shooting, you're done. So that's it for right now. If you have any questions, further questions, or comments, feel free to do so. Remember, we have the Win Free Flight and the PSE Evolve 35. I'm set up with the React 1 sight. I love this sight. And of course the drop away QAD rest. And the 9-inch bee stinger for stability. I have the string just touching the stop. This roller guard is fantastic. This roller guard on this rod rolls back and forth. It is extremely smooth. This bow is the smoothest, most awesome bow probably ever built. Alright, thanks for today. And if you, any arthritis sufferers out there that are also bow hunters or archers, please feel free to make a comment on something you may have found that helps with your arthritis and your shooting ability. Alright, thank you. Have a good day.